Hello, Beatbox family. I'm really excited for today because, Josho's last round was probably my favorite in my opinion. I know a lot of other people I talked to that it was their favorite. I saw Wobbles in the comments say it was his favorite. But also MH, really hopeful that his house beat, which is what he told me, is his last round's going to be house, is going to be a big step up from the last one. And yeah, without further ado, let's just get into this.
Welcome to round 3 of the third quarterfinal of the SBX Kickback Battle 2021 Loop Station Edition with the exclusive prototype of the Boss RC505 Mark II. Today we have Josho versus MH. Up next is Josho with 3 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock. I say the 3 and I say the 2 and the 1 in 3, 2, 1, beatbox.
Nice zipper. Like that technique. I love watching him make his drums.
There's a piece of harmony that we lack. It's always 1 step forward and 3 back. What's it gonna take to finally come to a compromise? 'Cause there's no compromise. No compromise. There's no compromise. You know this isn't how it needs to be. Compromise. Where's the compromise?
I love how present his vocal is.
There's a piece of harmony that we lack. It's always 1 step forward and 3 back. What's it gonna take to finally come to? What's it gonna take? 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 'Cause we're about to break, we're about to break, we're about to break, we're about to break. What's it gonna take? What's it gonna take? What's it gonna take? What's it gonna take? 'Cause we're about to break. What's it gonna take? 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 What's it gonna take?
It's very similar ending to how we ended the last one with cutting it out sort of at the end of the drop, but pretty abruptly, and then just the definitely didn't get me as much as last time. I think part of it has to do with the energy. This one was a lot more laid back, whereas the other one was very in your face, like battle energy, which got me hyped up a lot more. I think that was good enough to cement him as the victor. I did mention this at the beginning, but it really stood out to me how much I like when Josho records his drums. The way he presents it, he always keeps it engaging, like he's showing us like, oh, you ready for the next drum? And I feel like other people would be all in their head, like waiting for the beat to drop, and they're just setting up the drums all in their own world. And then when they finally hit all the tracks together, they're like, yeah, now I'm performing. Whereas they were just sort of in their own world. He really presents the whole thing, so you're engaged even throughout that process, which might be slightly boring otherwise. I did notice not only at the end, the way he ended it, that I pointed out, that a lot of it was similar structure-wise to his last one. The build up with the like wrapping into the first drop, which is sort of empty, and then halfway through the drop he adds everything. That's a good formula. I just noticed that maybe it wasn't as original. Maybe he would lose originality points because it's not completely different than his first round. I don't really have much to say about it other than it was solid, and I didn't enjoy it as much as the last one, but I still think it's very solid. So I don't think MH will be able to come back, even if maybe I like his round more than Josho's in this instance, but we'll have to see if MH just comes out with something crazy. All right, here we go.
Welcome to round 4 of the third quarterfinal of the SBX Kickback Battle 2021 Loop Station Edition with the exclusive prototype of the Boss RC505 Mark II. Today we have Josho versus MH. Up next is MH with 3 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock. I say the 3 and I say the 2 and the 1. In 3, 2, 1, beatbox.
Record. Not crazy about, oh, this is a long one. Not crazy about silent record being in the beginning. I feel like he could have recorded that without it being silent. Whereas when Frosty silent recorded in the beginning of his round, the sound was so crazy when it came out that you're like, oh, wow, the silence into that. But it wasn't crazy enough to where I think it needed to be silent recorded.
So I've been feeling now without you by my side, 'cause you are the love of my life. I've been feeling down without you by my side. Let's just say goodbye.
More energy in the vocal, not as pitchy. MH told me that he liked his singing a bit more in this one. I agree.
Let's just say goodbye, 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 goodbye. Let's just say goodbye.
Just got bad guy vibes.
Goodbye.
That's really sick. The basses are so full and satisfying.
So I've been feeling now without you by my side, because you're a love of my life. I've been feeling down without you by my side. Let's just kill and say goodbye. 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 Let's just kiss and say goodbye. Say goodbye.
I'm waiting for the second part of the drop. I'm waiting for what he's got.
And that's time.
With a lot of MH's structure, I've noticed this is very similar to what his structure has been like in the past. Josho's structure is very similar to this one, actually, kind of. But I feel like with Josho's, the two drops are very different from each other. But with MH's, he takes the same drop but adds things on top of it. I feel like I would be okay with him just adding certain drums and the like hi-hat and stuff, but I think I'd be okay with him adding just that for like the beginning half of the last drop. But I was expecting like some sort of more higher frequencies. I know it's sort of a low mean vibe with nice big kicks with a lot of sub. I really like the bass in this, but I feel like to round everything out and really leave really end the round on a high note, you'd actually literally end it on a high note. Add some high frequencies in there. Maybe turn up the volume on the melody that's going on in the back or something along those lines, or add another high-pitched melody on top of it. But I felt like there wasn't enough. I wanted a bit more variance on the second one. That being said, that made more of an impression on me than Josho's round. Just the drop with the bass and the melody and stuff. The melody, I did point out that it sounded like Bad Guy. It sounded like Bad Guy for like the first half, but then it sort of switched up the melody, but gave me that sort of vibe. I think I'll just keep this all very short for this one and say that these rounds are pretty close. I feel like I liked MH's drop better than any single piece of Josh O's round, but MH didn't add enough variance for me. I sort of was like, okay, I've heard this before, and it's sort of interesting what you're doing, but there's not enough change in the frequencies for me to be satisfied when the thing ended. I was like, come on, I just want you to do a bit more. So with that all being said, I'm perfectly content leaving these like pretty close. I could maybe put Josho's slightly above MH's, but I really think it could go either way. But I think that doesn't really matter. I think they were close enough to where Josho dominated the last round so much to where I feel like there's no coming back from that unless Josho kind of chokes or MH pulls out something incredible we've never heard before. I think that'll do it for me today. I tried to keep my analysis pretty short with this video to make, well, first off, the editing a bit shorter of a process, but also just because I feel like I was saying too much, saying things over again, and I'm happy with how much I said right now, even if it's less than I used to say. Yeah, if you want to check out the original channel, which is Swiss Beatbox, as well as the original videos, and I'll also put the original artist channels down there as well. Yeah, and the their Instagrams. I just like putting all that information down there so you can go support them and watch some of their other stuff as well if you liked what you saw here. I'd really appreciate if you comment any reaction suggestions, but also I've been having a lot of fun reading your comments on what you guys think of who won, even if it's just a simple sentence comment. Love having that sort of as like a poll to see who think was the favorite. But also so that you guys can point out some things that I may have missed or just not commented on. And yeah, subscribe while you're at it. It really helped me out. I've got this thing up still. I'm trying to get 1,000 as soon as possible, but we're also so close to 500 that I feel like if enough people on this video subscribe, we'll be very close to that. it seems as though a lot of people watch my videos and then don't subscribe, but then maybe come back and watch some of my later stuff as well. And if you're one of those people, then I'd really appreciate the subscription. It just helps me out. It's just a second. You don't have to watch all my videos if you don't want. It just please. Yeah, I'm repeating myself at this point. So yeah, that's it. Just all my other beatbox reactions is gonna be here, and sorry I couldn't get to that thing I promised 2 days ago that I'd get to. Hopefully that'll come out tomorrow. So see you then, hopefully.